Hi, it's now 7 o'clock, and it is Tuesday, June 9th, and the time is getting short. At the end of next week, myself and 10 students will be heading to Germany and Poland on our Holocaust Study Abroad trip for 2015. 8 Valencia students and 2 from the University of South Florida in Tampa. Hopefully, you will follow our trip. We will be posting videos and pictures on a YouTube site similar to this, but this is my own YouTube site, so I'm going to, have a playlist here of some videos that I make on the trip. But we will also have a YouTube page that we'll be linking to that for the whole group, and we have our own Facebook page. And we'll be blogging, and so we'd like you to follow our trip and comment on the trip and tell us how impressed you are with what the students are learning. It's going to be quite an experience. We're going first to Berlin. We're spending about 3 days there. We will visit the Jewish Quarter, the Oranienburg Strasse Synagogue, which is one of the few still remaining synagogues that's in beautiful condition, the part that's remaining in Berlin. We will be taking a nice dinner cruise along the Spree River around Museum Island, visiting the Jewish Museum, Checkpoint Charlie, Sachsenhausen concentration camp out in Oranienburg, the Wannsee Villa, where the final solution was discussed and finalized by the Nazis, Glies or Track 17, and a place called Grunewald, which is where the Jews of Berlin were told to report. It's a train station where they were deported to the camps. It's also a memorial now. And then from there, we're going to take an overnight train to Poland, and our first stop will be Warsaw. And we'll spend time in the Warsaw Ghetto, at the Warsaw Rising Museum, at the Jewish Historical Institute, the Old Town, the Nozick Synagogue. We'll attend religious services that Saturday at the Nozick Synagogue, the only remaining synagogue in all of Warsaw, and it still conducts services on the Sabbath, and we'll be luckily be there on a Saturday. So that's going to be our first stop that day, and we'll tour the Warsaw Ghetto. Then we're going to be taking a full-day excursion out to Treblinka Death Camp, all the way out in eastern Poland, and then from there we will take ourselves to Majdanek, one of the other 6 death camps. Out of all the hundreds of concentration camps there were 6 death camps, for those of you who were not aware of that. And Majdanek is one of the death camps. It's one of the few that's quite well preserved, because the Nazis did not have time to destroy it when the Russians arrived there. From there, after we see those 2 camps, we will be moving on to Krakow. In Krakow, we will visit the sites where Schindler's List was shot, Plaszow slave labor camp, concentration camp, where the Schindler Jews were saved. We will tour the Kazimierz, which is the former Jewish quarter, and see where the former Jewish ghetto was created by the Nazis. We will visit historic synagogues, and then we will spend 1 complete day at Auschwitz-Birkenau. The full-day excursion there will include a morning at Auschwitz I, which is the prison camp, and then we'll be taking our bus will be taking us downtown to the Jewish Center in the town of Oswiecim, which is Auschwitz, where I have a contact there, and we'll be having lunch there and touring that little museum, and then going back to Auschwitz II, which is called Birkenau. That's the actual death camp part. It's a couple of kilometers away from Auschwitz I. And so it's going to be a very emotional, life-changing experience for all of Valencia's students, and the 2 students also joining us from USF. And so I urge you to give them uh, uh, some good positive feedback on their postings, on their reactions, on their reflections, on their pictures, on just about everything they put on here, whether it's a picture, a video, a comment, a blog, whatever it is. They're going to be journaling on this trip. And they also have an interactive multimedia textbook which I wrote for the trip. Those of you who are interested can actually download a free copy of this multimedia textbook. It's on iTunes as an ebook, and so you can do it on either Apple or Windows platform as long as you have iTunes. Download it. It's written by me, Professor Richard Gair, and it's Holocaust Study Abroad 2015, I think, is the cover of the book itself. There's only one up there by me like that, and it's the newest edition, and it's a great source for the trip. The students will not only have a printed copy of it to fill in certain pages that have exercises for them to do at the various sites we go to, but there's a lot of multimedia within the book itself, some video lectures and so on. I have taken a lot of liberty to harness as much of the technology out there as possible to incorporate that into the book. There are slideshows, pictures, videos, lectures, and so forth. And so it's going to be a wonderful experience. Keep us in mind when you have nothing to do and you want to search or surf the web. Check us out. See how we're doing. Give us your feedback, okay? And I really appreciate your just stopping by as often as you can and letting us know that you are following our trip. Thanks. This is Professor Rich Gair saying goodbye for right now.